How do we turn this into this in DaVinci Resolve 18? So first you're going to want to go to blackmagicdesign.com/product/DaVinci Resolve, and here you'll find the download for DaVinci Resolve 19. I use 18, but 19 is the most updated one and it works the best. It could also do masking like I'm about to show you. I use the free version and it works just as well as the $300 version. You could do masking, everything you need for Brickfilms on the free version. Okay, so I'm in my stop motion software. I use Dragon Frame 5, but it's perfectly fine if you use Stop Motion Studio. I know a lot of you guys do. But we're going to take a blank frame before we animate of our background. This is the figure that's going to be moving, so we definitely don't want that in the shot. We just want everything that's still and in the background. So, there. So now we have our background. We're able to animate, and we'll be able to put the background as an overlay in post to mask in, for our figure to mask into. So now we'll animate like everything's normal as long as the camera doesn't move. If the camera moves, then you have to make another blank frame for that next shot. Okay, so now we're in DaVinci Resolve 18. This is my editing software, and this is the software you're going to need to use to be able to mask. I use the free version, but there's also a studio version which costs $295. So we're going to click File and Media, and we're going to grab our file. I'm going to let it load, and we're going to drag this clip into our timeline. You see there it created a new timeline. Now we're going to go over to our editor page. So now we have our timeline on our editor page. We're going to grab both of our blank frames here and click B on our keyboard. And that's going to split the video. So now you're going to go through every single frame. You're going to make sure you have B, you click B on your keyboard and have the split tool open. So now you're going to do that for every single frame. And if you accidentally mess up, you could always click Control Z to undo something. Control Z is a very helpful shortcut for undo. Okay, so we don't need to split these frames because these don't need masking. And come to think of it, nor do these. But you could see a little bit of sticky tack here, so we're probably going to want to get rid of that. Okay, so now that we have all of our frames, we're going to drag them all up into video 2 and keep the blank frame at video 1. So drag all of the frames of animation that need to be masked into video 2. And you could also, what I would do is start bringing them over to the front of the timeline. Alright, so now that we have all of our frames of animation in video 2, you're going to go down to video 1 and select your blank frame and right click. Here you could click Control C or just click the copy. And once you have that clicked, make sure that your video 1 frame is selected and you'll just click Control V throughout all your frames of animation. Okay. Now that you have that, what you're going to want to do is go to your color page. And once you're in your color page, this might look a little bit intimidating, but don't fear, we're only going to keep it simple. Right here, you're going to right click on your mouse and you're going to add the alpha output.
So my screen recording was broken whenever I pulled up something like this, but you're going to right click right under this green dot, and that is where you'd see the add alpha output right here. Just right click under this green dot, and there it is. And then you can go ahead and connect that. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but the screen recording also didn't work here, where I go File and Import and then Media. So yeah.
You're going to drag the node and make sure that is connected. Now you're going to make sure you're on this tab. There's a bunch of tabs in the color mode, but make sure you're on this one right here. And you're going to click pencil or the pen. Now you're going to add the keyframes, corrector 1, and sizing. So now once you go over to your video, you have a little node that you could start connecting. So we're going to scroll in to zoom in and zoom out, and click the scroll wheel to move the video. Alright. Okay, now that we're all set, we're going to carefully place our nodes around the figure so we could carefully mask everything out. There isn't really a wrong way to do this, but the more precise you are, the better the results will look. You could also scroll in all the way, and you could see how you're doing. And you could see, I have a little bit of sticky tack right there, so I'm going to adjust that and just keep going. And now that there's no rig, we're just able to easily create a mask around the figure. You don't have to be that precise when there's not a mask involved or a rig involved. So now there's no rig. We drew our nodes all around the character. We go to our editor page. Now there's no rig. And on these walking shots where you can see sticky tack, we're just going to do the same thing. Go to our color editing page, add the alpha output, connect, make sure we're on this page, pen, add the key nodes or the keyframes. So now we're able to carefully draw our mask around this figure. Thank you for watching this. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment down below. And if this video was helpful to you, please give it a like or a subscribe because it helps it boost into the algorithm.